Right. Computer says we're live, and I believe we are. What is going on? Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas, everyone. How are we all doing? Project Piper Customs here with the wonderful Maverick 5 UK for this end of year stream. I know we haven't done that many. We've been a bit sporadic on our schedule. Again, that's my fault, but work has been kicking me ass. So at least it's a good problem to have instead of last year's problem. So yeah, but we are kicking right into it. And yeah, so if you're here watching us now, I appreciate you jumping in. Say hello in the chat and we'll get to you soon. And but yeah, so Maverick, how are you doing, my man?
I'm very good, actually. Yeah, very good, man. I'm looking forward to the big day next week. And actually, this marks my my 2-year anniversary on the show. It was,
oh shit!
It was the end of year show 2020 when I first made appearance on here. So
wow, 2-year anniversary. Where's the alcohol? Damn it! I'm not. I need alcohol for this. We all do.
this is always a special show for me. This one, the end of year show.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Absolutely. So now I'm glad you're right here, my man. Just GM Go. Hey, good night. Missed you guys. Well, I appreciate that. You know, I've missed not being here. We just had some busy weeks. It's Christmas. I've been doing a ton of overtime at work. I'm still in the matrix, unfortunately. But yeah, so but there's no way we're not going to do an end of year show for sure. But I appreciate you, man. And yeah, so hopefully you've got a top 5 list you want to share with us in the comments, and we will discuss it. TMNT configuration, your configuration. Bloody hell. Okay, using a different count. Okay, mate. Nice one. Okay, so configurations in the house. I thought the good night part sounded strange. Sounded very familiar. But good to see you here, my man. Good to see you here. Appreciate it. Riley Bob, yo. How are you, gentlemen? Looking forward to 2023 Turtles. How are you, Riley Bob? We have missed you just as much as we've missed not just being on the streamer, man. So thank you for being here. As always, you are a legend. And yeah, I am. I'm looking forward to getting my VHS set whenever I get the shipping notification. I've got my accessory set notification. I've got my second set of Toka and Raza notification, which came through yesterday. Still no VHS set notification yet, but I'm sure it will come. We're just late in the UK game. That's all it is. That is all it is. But yeah, so now we're gonna kick it off nice and smooth. Nice to have a nice little chill stream. We've got a little bit of news, and of course, then we're going to get into our top 5s. But Mav, have you got yourself anything nice come through in the last 4 weeks or so that we haven't been on?
Yeah, actually, I've got a few things. A couple of which has actually made my top 5s. So I'm not going to show them. I'll save them. But I've got a couple of things that I've picked up along the last couple of weeks. So one of them was the
oh shit! You got a munitions pack.
I did, yeah. So this is I think it was just really good. It was like 12 quid. And I just thought to pimp out some of my spawn with some like kick-ass guns.
Nice. Where did you get it from?
It was from Props and Replicas.
Right. Yeah, I never saw that available anywhere in the UK. I could not find it anywhere.
Exactly. Yeah, I had to kind of shop around for it to see where it was on. But yeah, they had it. It was on super cheap, and I had to pick it up. I know absolutely nothing about guns, so I can't see what's in there. But it looks like it's got like 10 machine guns and 5 Uzis. So
nice. That's good, man. It's good, and it should scale well with the McFarlane stuff, obviously.
And then this was a big one. This was a splurge. It was definitely a splurge, but it just, I had to get it because it's a Grail piece almost. It has been a Grail piece, but now they've re-released it with better deco, better paint apps. So I couldn't miss it. I couldn't pass up on it, and it is the event exclusive. It'll mean nothing to you, Ben, but it's the event exclusive.
Okay.
From Dragon Ball. So yeah, so it's had to get imported in.
Nice.
It's definitely a premium figure, a premium price, but it's filling a big hole in the collection. So
hey, we've all got our niches, man. We've all got our niches. I've splurged, I've splurged, goddamn, on some random shit that not a lot of people pick up. But I mean, there's a Dragon Ball community out there. So of course, yeah, I mean, I'm not in it, but I know I'm in the minority for sure. So no, if it's something that you're after, mate, grab it. If it makes your collection whole.
It definitely did, and it was at a price I couldn't refuse. It was a really good bargain, so I treated myself.
Beautiful, beautiful. Just had a couple more chats come in. Configuration, actually, it's the same account, but I'm stream games hardest difficulty on this channel now, but a little bit different. Fresh my mind all the time. So, oh, fair enough, fair enough. I didn't know you were a streamer. I didn't know you're a streamer at all. Fair play, nice one, mate. Oh, I hope you're getting in some moolah for that as well, and enjoying it at the same time. All right, hot tub stream. And Thomas goes nostalgic. Evening, gentlemen. Posted my farmhouse diet for casing up. Yes, you did. I saw the tag. Sorry, mate. I've just been busy working on the video for what you see behind me there. But I did see the pictures, mate. You absolutely killed it. So nice work on that diorama. And thank you very much for the shout out. I know Turtle Boy will appreciate that as well. I haven't had a chance to like it, but I will. And in fact, we'll have a look at it on the stream later for sure, man. So I appreciate you being in here. And yeah, and I hope you said it was for your, who you said the diorama was for? I can't remember on the post. I apologize. But they're going to love it, man. They're going to absolutely love it. You absolutely killed it. So no, well done and good work. Yeah, he really, really killed it. Indra, my man. Hello. Is it me you're looking for? We wish you a total Christmas watch along. We're going to try. We're going to try. I say it's on YouTube. I can do it. It's just if Mav can get it up on his end, then we will definitely check it out later on towards the tail end of the stream. So stay tuned, my man. Stay tuned. But appreciate you all for rocking up in here. It means a lot. Let us know in the comments, in the chat, what your top 5 of the year is, and we're going to go through them later on. So Riley Bob, I got my Soto 2-packs and double Leo Raf instead of one being Mike and Donnie. No, I've seen that happen to others in groups on Facebook. Hopefully NECA fixes it quickly and gets VHS pack token Raza accessory set as quickly as well. Hopefully so, my man. Hopefully so. If you're in, I don't know if you're a Facebook person, but if you are in any of the total groups, there I've seen someone also get double of the others that you're missing. So clearly something's gone wrong. And you know, it's like might be idle to try and exchange, you know, so it's just an option. But hopefully I do sort it out for you, my man. Configuration, haha, no hot tub yet until 1 million subscribers. Oh well, yeah. Oh, you know how you get 1 million subscribers? You do a bit of this. Oh, brilliant stuff. And I got my Soto shredder in Cyber Monday sale. Nicely done, Idra. Nicely done. Okay, I'm still on the hunt for a Spirit Splinter. They're just so bloody rare. It's unreal. But we have not given up yet, my man. We've not given up. But yeah, so is that all your pickup so far, mate?
That is pretty much everything that I've got over the last couple of weeks. Like I say, a couple of them are going to make it into my top 5, but that's everything I've got to show off. Okay,
for me, again, I've got something that came in that's going to be in my top 5. And the only real thing I have to really show off is I'm going to channel my inner nostalgia unboxed and do a bit of that. Can you see that?
What am I looking at, mate?
Right over there. I'll bring it closer.
Oh, yeah. There we go. I see what.
Yes, finally have the power loader. This cost me a fortune. It happens. It happens. Sometimes that is the game, but it is brand new. It is no longer sealed because I've opened it. But yeah, I'm not putting it on display yet. It's staying safe in here. But in the meantime, pulling in a nostalgia unboxed and leaving it right there in the background, teasing everyone. All right, but yeah, there we go.
Grail category there, doesn't it, as well? Because like that's something you've been after for a while. You know, you waited it out, you found it at a price, and then you paid for it, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, mate, that's kind of all that I have really willing to show off. Apart from, well, shall I give them a tease? Well, they're already getting one because I can see it behind me. But yes, if you are watching, and if those of you who've been following my Instagram, you know that I've been working on a brand new Project Detox Volume 2. The video is pretty much, well, it's filmed. I'm just in the middle of editing it now, and it should be out next week. But for you lovely people on the stream, you get a blurred, out of focus look behind my shoulder. But I'm not going to do you dirty like that. So I have with me, if I can get it up and running. Here we go. I'm going to give you a little bit of an inside look. Okay. All right. So let me introduce to you Hopefully this works. DTOF cam. We're coming in hot, waiting for it to load because shitty internet over here. Hopefully this works. I haven't done this before. So it might be an echo my end. I might have to mute him. Come on, DTOF cam. Come on. Got it. That's waiting for me. All right. So let me open up and take you on a tour.
Ooh.
Okay. So here we have the diorama with everyone displayed in it. Okay. As you can see there, face hugger leaping out of the egg. Down here we have the split face hugger from Scar's Bloodening when he marks himself. Got everyone at the back, and we've got old Youngblood hoisting old matey up into the sky. And of course, the roof piece, ceiling piece. Some of the details in the back. Yes, I know they're covered up by the figures. I'm not going to pull them out. You'll get to see the full thing. And of course, a good look at that floor base piece there. That is everyone inside. And then better look underneath. If I can get further into the back, don't know, without knocking everyone over. Awesome pillars printed by the one and only Maverick 5 UK. Thank you again for those, sir.
No problem.
So yeah. That is the display. Okay. And you get a cheeky first glimpse. Let me leave that. And there you are.
Yeah, amazing work. Definitely, you've done absolutely fantastic on that, and especially with the alien grid design, because I know we was having a look to try and see if we can 3D print something like that, and we kind of scoured the internet to see if it even existed, and we couldn't find it anywhere. So you took matters into your own hands and had a go at making it yourself, and you've absolutely smashed it. I think really well done.
Much appreciated, man. Yeah, that's kind of the focal piece at the back, having that relief. And that was doing that was really fun. That and the grid piece, as you say, the relief and the floor grill of the chest burster, and yeah, the part that really broke me mentally, and I contemplated even just carrying on with it, was the ceiling piece, as you can see, for obvious reasons. But yeah, it was a struggle. If I didn't have to work in between, I probably would have got this done within about a week. That same amount of time I got to finish that one, but just literally an hour here, an hour there, some weekends. That's why it's taken so long to actually get a video out, because I've been working on this, and I didn't want to stop until this was done. This was the only thing on my mind. So yeah, and this is actual dream display that I've wanted since this one of the things that actually convinced me to start collecting again, was having a display like this for Predator, and having Predator 1, 2, and this, all in one cabinet, stuff like this. So it's that's the whole point of the series, and it also gets to challenge my test me on learning new stuff and abilities in diorama making. So yeah, really glad to have another one done before the end of the year. And can't wait to jump onto another one. But don't worry, there's more toy photography and customs on the way as well. Don't you worry about that. So let's just ping it over here and let's have a look. So it hasn't arrived yet. Doing an episode of MTV Cribs DTOF edition. Looks sick. Appreciate it, my man. Really appreciate it. Looks awesome, especially lighting part is great. Well done, mate. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Man after my own DTOF heart there. Appreciate it. Don't we normally do this on Sundays? No, we've always been Saturday, sir. We've always been Saturday, Mr. King Tony. You got your days wrong. It's Saturday, not Sunday. Anyway, glad you're all here. Obviously, be sure to keep your top 5 curated and drop them into the chat. And yeah, there's your little tease of the DTOF to come. So with that, shall we first have a look at something that rolled through on the internet not too long ago? All right. And yeah, so let's jump in here. Bear with me 2 seconds. Right. So NECA have been doing their 12 days of downloads. And one of the first that they showed was, of course, their movie turtle line. Okay, cool. You know, their checklists and shit. So obviously you've got all of the Universal monsters, which, you know, they're based on the movies. You've got all of the first movie, the Mutant Tour, and you got what's currently out for Secret of the Ooze. And then everyone spotted little Keno right there, our first reveal. And everyone then went, he's so tiny, trying to get a better grasp and see if they can have a look at him. And from here, he looked pretty decent. He looked pretty decent. Obviously, we know what color scheme he would be in, but it's just good to see it finally painted up. And then some magical bastard went ahead and zoomed right in.
Enhance.
And I know it's just a very, very, very distorted zoom in, but you can clearly see what the figure is made of in terms of what it's going to be packing. The scooter, beautifully done, lovely. I'm glad it's coming with the figure. So far, there's not been a hint that the figure's not going to come with it. So I'm guessing ultimate version. No idea how it's going to be sold. That'll be the kicker. Looking at Keno himself, and this is where I'm like, I'm not sure if I'm feeling it. Now, I know I really need to have it in hand, but just going on this enhanced zoom in, I don't know. To me, this is just looking like a bloody Stranger Things Playmates, you know, it just doesn't look like a NECA whatsoever. But I obviously get that it's just a very enhanced image from a tiny image. So obviously I think it will look a hell of a lot better in hand. I just hope it's a lot better in hand. So what are your thoughts, Maverick?
Same as you. Like, when it was first, I mean, even before it was announced, I think the thought of a Keno figure, to me, I was like, do I need it? I'm not sure. And then they did like a digital tease, I think, on the back of his head. And I was like, okay, that looks quite interesting. And then I saw like the grayscale renders, or the grayscale like prototype images, and it was looking really good, like where you really got to see the sculpt. And I thought, that actually looks fantastic. I was definitely in. But then, yeah, seeing this, I'm just like, oh, do you know what? I don't know what it is about seeing this in color. I don't know if this is like a colorized render, or you know, I don't know if this is the actual figure. I'm not sure, but just not feeling it. I'm just not feeling this. It depends on price, I think. You know, if the price is decent, you know, coming with the scooter as well, like if you get enough bang for your buck, possibly. But it all comes down to that for me, I think.
Yeah, no, I understand. I'm the same. It's looking at it, and I don't know. I'm kind of like just sunk a little bit, and it's like I obviously understand that it's just a zoomed in image, and it could very well just be a digital render, rather than background removed from an actual picture, which you can see the white outline, which kind of gives you an indication it might actually be. But yeah, we really need to see some up close, proper professional shots of Keno to really, really sell. I mean, I'm already going to buy it anyway. But right now, I'm more excited about the scooter than the figure. The scooter looks awesome.
Definitely.
You know, that's it. Oh, and of course, the shadow puppet behind him, as you can see, just. But yeah, so this was a surprise. Sadly, I'm just no. I need more. I can't get hyped for this just yet. I'm more hyped about the scooter than I am the figure at this point. So yeah. So this is what has been doing the rounds as of recent. So let me stop sharing now and just see how people are feeling about it. Okay, so let's ping it back over. Oh, we've got a few more people in. Let's have a look. Can you please say maybe? It's hilarious. Maybe. Oh, maybe. There you go. Just for you, enjoy. P. McCardle, have you got the Last Ronin figures? Yes, we have got the Last Ronin figures. Well, the Last Ronin himself. The others haven't been out yet, but the unarmored and armored, yes, they've arrived in the UK. and Sick Figures. We'll see if they make the top 5 or not. Nice one. Keep hitting that like button, guys. Really appreciate you being in here. Merry Christmas. And yeah, welcome if you're just joining us. We haven't got to our top 5s just yet, but you did miss an exclusive tour of the DTOF, the new project behind me, if you've just joined us. So you have to watch the restream for that while I bring out the DTOF cam. But I really appreciate you enjoying it. Indra, Necker said they would do Krampus this year, and they didn't. Yeah, sometimes Necker don't always keep to their word, sadly. Probably going to be next year if they do it now, or it'll just be a late release. There's a lot of factors that could have got into why, so it's sad that they didn't.
Yeah, that would have been an interesting figure, definitely.
For sure. Tony, my bad, that's not even painted. Wouldn't doubt it if color was added digitally. My bet, yeah, probably you could be right. It could be just a digital render for all we know. So, like I say, got to see proper professional photos of him, and hopefully with a tease like that, we should get him soon. I hope they didn't do KENO based on Danny with double jointed knees or on being tiny. But I think the scooter will not be optional box. They will release like regular Robocop with chair. What do you mean when it comes together? Well, I mean, they did John Connor in the same box as the motorcycle. So who knows? It's a guessing game at this point as to how it's going to be released. Everything looks great until you get to the face, then it drops like 70%. It looks like he has buck teeth, which I don't remember KENO or Ernie Reyes Jr. having. I agree. The body, fine, but yeah, it's just the bug eyes, the big eyes, and just yeah, I agree, mate. Configuration, I think the price will be the same as Robocop, which is $69.99. I'm gonna drop it and go $59.99.
Okay,
that's my prediction. What are you hoping for? What's a good price where it's almost like what price range is it before it's like this is borderline?
I think I'm with you. $59.99 is the maximum I would pay for it. I think more than that, I'm out. But I think the way that a lot of our like online retailers have been pricing up some like 2-packs recently for NECA, they've been at that £70 point plus, and it's just it's a rough price to deal with. So I agree,
mate. I agree. Our UK prices for NECA are just skyrocketed for no reason. So hopefully this will get a NECA store release so we can jump on it. Definitely not a signature version. I hope the bike isn't a signature version, obviously. But yeah, so NECA store would be great, and I don't mind waiting for however long before it comes in. At least I know it's on its way.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I agree, mate. I agree. Thank you, Ben. That made my day. Good. That makes me really sad about your day, though. I hope more was of excitement in your day. I feel I need a better photo of KENO. Yeah, true. We need a better look at him. 100%. Krampus would be a brilliant for Christmas display. I agree. It would definitely, mate. Definitely needed among the horror fans this time of year. I still got my fingers crossed for Jordan Perry. As have I, Tony, as have I, mate, and for the rest of them. Speaking of which, the next bit that I thought was quite fun and curious, over on the old Book of Faces, someone messaged Paged Turku on Facebook. So let me share this quick. An interesting response. Okay, typical response, but interesting. So this is the thread screenshotted from someone who messaged Page Toku. All right. And it says, just in case anyone was interested to get maybe any type of info on whether or not Page Toku would be willing to allow her likeness to be used for NECA toys for her version of April. So to April, I decided to give it a shot and ask her on her IG page. And this is a response I received. So it says, I don't know if you'll see this, typical fanboy stuff, but it's worth giving it a shot. Would you consider NECA to use your likeness to get us a TMNT fans figure of your April O'Neil? So far, we've gotten just Judith Hogue's version of April, as well as Elias Cotier's, as Casey Jones is soon to be released as well. Ernie Reyes Jr.'s KENO. Fingers crossed, you say yes. And he goes, this is a member of her team. I didn't think someone like her would have a team.
Yeah, I mean that's
She's not exactly high profile.
Don't think does she require a team of people?
Yeah, I think you're paying $8 for your blue check mark on Twitter, love. So yeah, come tits. She won't be available for a few days, but I will bring this up with her on Wednesday and reply after. Thank you very much. Now, there has not been any follow-up. This was, of course, from the 6th of December. Okay. And no doubt it's probably her husband or something. But if this really is her account, you're not even verified on his... Fuck off, love. You don't need a team member. Sorry. But no. Then, yeah. There's no harm in actually getting in touch with the person themselves and seeing if they'll be interested. You know, so just thought I'd give you a little juicy little nugget if anyone was curious. She may or may not have been made aware.
Yeah.
But there we are. So I thought that was a bit of fun.
Yeah. Not that we can't really draw too much from that, but it's interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. You savvy little scallywags. Right. Now I think it's time for some top 5 time. Made no sense, but you know what I mean. So this is a list basically of everything. Doesn't matter if it's NECA or other lines that we've just decided out of everything that we've bought this year. This is not a dedicated NECA list. That this has made our top 5. Some purchases you may have yourself, others you may not have, and might enjoy our perspective on them. Please do share your top 5 pickups of the year in the chat. If you have a top 5, if you haven't thought of one, get thinking of them now if you fancy taking part. But you're about to hear ours. Now, of course, Tom and Pietro sadly aren't here today. Pietro is feeling under the weather and Tom's away with his family, but they have sent through their top 5. So I think we'll start by addressing theirs. And then we can all comment, laugh, and roast them for it. No, their top 5s are all right. Their top 5s are all right. So let's kick it off with Tom's. Okay, so the man is many tastes, but here we only have a couple. So starting off with, I believe this top 5, he hasn't numbered them. The Mafex Hush Superman. Okay, now I would agree it's a very, very, very good figure. I myself have it. It's up there right now. And yeah, one of the best Superman figures on the market right now. Mafex Dark Knight Rises Batman. Now that's an older figure, but I don't know if he means the new version that came out earlier this year, the triumphant version, possibly, which I don't have. I had the first one, and it is a good figure, there's no doubt. NECA Frankenrath, a figure I don't own, but I know that is highly, highly praised.
Yeah.
Highly praised, so fair play. The NECA The Last Ronin figure, we'll be seeing that a lot, I think. And NECA Ming the Merciless takes a #1 spot without a doubt. Now, I thought he picked that up last year. I didn't realize that was a 2022 pickup, but I know he's been gushing over that figure since he picked it up. So fair play to him. Yeah, can relate on 1 or 2 of those, but I don't own any of the others. So fair play. Okay, so that is Tom's top 5. Now we move on to Pietro's top 5. And as you know, this will be all NECA and all turtle related stuff. Or no harm in that whatsoever, but interesting to see what out of all the turtle related stuff he's put at his #1 and what else made the list. Okay, so starting with Pietro's #5 is the Archie Slash. I think that might be in a lot of people's top 5s this year if they own it. I don't own it myself, but I'm hearing awesome things. At #4, he has the Mirage Casey Jones. Again, people are loving this figure. So I can see it being up there for some, for sure. A figure that I do have, but I didn't squeeze it in, but it is in my honorable mentions. The Usagi Yojimbo from the Toon line. So fair play. And it is fantastic figure. There's no doubt about that. Some great accessories. He looks dope. Not a scratch on Maverick's custom. Just saying.
Cheers, mate.
Which I've held in my hand.
You did.
Yeah. #2 for Pietro is the Secret of Use regular shredder. Great figure. Can relate. No issues there. And for #1 spot for him is the Last Ronin. And I'm guessing it's the armored version because that's all what we got first. So, and he said, unless I can include the Soto turtles. And I said, no, because you don't have them in hand yet. Cheeky cheater. So yes, those are our fellow teammates' top 5s of the year. And yes, so now I think we're going to bounce back and forth. But seeing as you are lovely guests and it's your 2-year anniversary, why don't you kick us off with your number 5? Or if you've got any honorable mentions you want to get out of the way first.
I did have an honorable mention. So I had 6 that made it into like the best of them, and I thought I'd give this guy a mention because I couldn't really include him in the top 5, but he's definitely worth a mention. And he may have made yours. He definitely made, and that is Secret of the Ooze Shredder. So
made all the better with your helmet mod.
Yes, thank you. That is definitely
keep it on screen. Keep it like that. Keep it on screen. Keep it on screen, but tilted like to the side.
That way.
No, side on, side on. Right, you see that, people? Look at Maverick's screen right there. That's how it should be. NECA, get your shit together. But bravo on a good figure.
Yes, okay. Definitely. I just surprised actually how much I really like this guy, because when you see you see Shredder in the film, you think he looks absolutely ridiculous with these huge shoulder pads. That helmet that comes, it makes it practically impossible for him to see anything. But I can't stop looking at him, and actually putting him next to the NECA 1990 Shredder, I think he looks better.
He does. It's a better figure, mate. It's one. We're just going to say it. You know, yes, movie. Okay, number 1 over number 2 Shredder. Action figure, Soto Spanx, the original one. It's the thing that you did right. He looks ridiculous on screen, but he makes an awesome action figure because of the ridiculous outfit.
Exactly. He looks imposing. That's what he does. Yeah. That's why I'm surprised I liked him as much as I did.
Nice one. Yeah, fair play, man. Fair play. And it does, as I said before, makes all the difference with that mod, which I will be doing as soon as we get into the new year. Right, my number 5. This was a tough one because this nearly was.
Have you got an honorable mention?
Oh, yes, I do. I've got a couple, actually. So I'm going to burn through my couple of honorable mentions because we'll get into the regular list. There's my notes. Okay, honorable mentions. Actually, I've got one here, but I don't really want to take him down because he's right at the back. But I will just say it. Honorable mentions. Number 1, the NECA Back to the Future Griff figure. Okay. It is here. I do want to get actually do you know what? To fuck it. Make for good content if my collection tumbles down on top of my head. So 1 second. Let me move one guy out of the way.
And we get to see that awesome Christmas jumper in all its
glory. There you go. Well, I was glad. I thought my wang was going to be just buried into the camera, but there you go. Woo!
Nice.
Yeah. There we are. So come on. Whoop, made it. There you go. All right. So you got the Griff. He's on his pit bull. And this guy's just a beast. I absolutely love this guy. He's an absolute beast. He balances well, better than Marty does on his hoverboard. And just the sculpt work alone, the face is brilliant. You know, it's just fantastic. And hold the bat. And that's it. I've just got a pose there, ready to go. And I absolutely adore this figure. One of my favorites out of the Back to the Future line. And again, praying to God they keep going with it. Still no news on whether they are or not. So,
the sculpt actually looks really, really decent. Like it looks like it pisses all over the original Biff figure.
It's a face that's suited for Griff more than Biff himself, you know, because Griff's more animated.
Very nice.
So, yeah. Honorable mention number 1, Mr. Griff. Honorable mention 2 is actually one that's in my cabinet. Do I dare? Do I dare? Do I dare? Yes, I will. Okay. And it is the Marvel Legends Zombie Captain America. Obviously, my one is modified, but the original figure that this is based on, which was the Civil War MCU cap, the body, works really, really well for the zombie version, and it's a great figure. It really is. Before I customized it, when I got it just in the packet, it's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. You know, just shame about the paint details, but obviously I went for the more animated look. But now I'm having, you know, just a ton of fun looking at him. Now that I've painted them all up, made them all gnarly. And so massive honorable mention right there for Hasbro. Really and believe it or not, it's the only Hasbro on the list.
Well,
there They have not been blowing my socks off this year. I can tell you that now. And last of the honorable mentions, which sadly they are in my loft right now, but I highly recommend getting them if you are, one, a fan of the franchise, and two, if you just want some civilian, really awesome figures, civilians for your collection or displays or toy photography, and that is the NECA Last of Us 2 2-pack. I'm blown away when I took them out of the box. Figures are great, absolute shit ton of accessories, and cannot fault them in the slightest. Cannot fault them. They're great, great, great figures, and they are an honorable mention.
The stream, I don't know if it was that your internet went out just as you mentioned what it was. What was it?
Am I back now?
Out for a second, so I didn't catch you. What was it that you?
Oh yeah, but I'm all right now though. Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. All right. Sorry. Okay. So let me repeat that. Is I don't have them with me because they're in the loft, but it's a NECA The Last of Us 2 2-pack. Okay.
Right.
So I'll say yeah. Amazing figures, shit ton of accessories, and yeah, if you're a fan of the game, pick them up if you can. And they're just, I can't wait for using them for custom fodder and for some civilians and stuff. But just great nonetheless. So honorable mention there. And now for my number 5 spot, and that has to go to. Now this was a tough one because it was a lot higher and I had to bump it down. But my number 5, without doubt, had to be in there. No way it was not going to be. Is the Fantastic Cave Mark 85, the die-cast Mark 85 Iron Man armor. And I think you did. I gave this to you to hold in hand when you were around.
You definitely did. I had a little hold on that, and it is beautiful. I mean, look at that candy apple red just popping on the camera there. It looks incredible. Yeah,
it is a mini hot toy. It's cold to the touch because the whole thing is steel. And it does light up. The batteries are dead, unfortunately, but it does. The eyes and chest do light up. So and I'm impressed with any time electronics can be fitted in this with an on and off switch and a battery I can replace. You have my money. But yeah, had to be in there. But it did get bumped down. It did get bumped down. But 100% Mark 85 from Fantastic Cave is my number 5.
Brilliant.
There we are. All right.
Okay.
So we'll do our number 4s, and I'm going to see what the chat is saying, and then we can get back to it. So, yep, on to you and your number 4, sir.
Well, this is going to be my number 5 because I've only done my whole mention.
Oh, right. Yeah, you have, haven't you? Sorry, I've jumped way ahead. My bad. To crack on with your number 5.
So when I was looking at it, I was looking at things like, you know, how well does it pose? What's the price? I kind of factored all these things into how I rated everything. So coming in at number 5, it's relatively fresh, so I mean that might have played a part into why it's made it into the top 5, but it is the Fury Toys Samurai.
Yeah, he's in my list. I'm not going to tell you where, but he's in mine actually. Oh.
I can imagine we've got a lot of repeating ones actually. But
yeah,
he is just for the size, like he is really, really impressive. He's the paint is sublime. Like everything is painted absolutely perfectly. This doesn't look as though there's any like blemishes or anything like that. It's got washes, dry brushing. It's got loads of different there's loads of different colors, and like the skin, the sculpt. I am really, really impressed with it. The size doesn't bother me as much as I thought it would do. I think that's like the big hot topic around this guy is that he's too small, but actually I quite like the fact he's this size. It makes him different.
Yeah.
It is unfortunately just the price, which is bumped him down. It came in at about £65 for us in the UK.
With shipping, yeah.
With shipping, yeah. Which, I mean, I can understand it because it's a third-party company. You know, they are not mass producing this thing, so it is going to bump the price up. But I think as much as I love it, I don't know. I think the jury's still out whether I'm going to continue with it. It is just, it is just that edge of, is it slightly too expensive? But yeah, like I say, it is premium. There's no doubt about it. I've never seen a paint job as good as this on any figure. It's fantastic.
No, agreed, mate. Agreed. Yeah. It's an absolutely dynamite little piece. Let's say I'll get into my thoughts on it when we get to it because it is in my list of just not yet when. But yeah, mate, 100%. That is a definite solid entry, and understand why it got bumped down.
Yeah.
So let's quickly have a look at the chat. Appreciate you all for being in here. If you could keep smashing that like button, please, guys, it really would help us push this a bit further out there. And yeah, would mean a lot as well. So let's crack in and have a look. So let me have a read here. Still got me right here. Indra, do Necker watch this? Don't know. Don't know. Blaine might dip in from occasion. I don't know. Who knows? You never know who is actually watching. You never know. I've had Judith Hogue watch one of my videos because she left a damn comment. I was like, you watched this? It's crazy. Yeah. So you never know who's watching. So might do, might not. Riley Bob, I don't recall where I heard or read this, but there was a rumor rumbles of 2 Keno releases, Keno and Scooter and Keno and Foot training. Maybe the Fat Foot Soldier 2-pack. The Fat Foot Soldier's got to be coming with someone, right? Has to be coming with someone, surely. Because we know he's there. We saw him in that shot of their workshop. So yeah, who knows, mate? I haven't heard of about a two Keno release, but it would make sense. Would make sense to give him his civilian attire. Tony, also, I completed my TMNT loot crates. Yes, you did. And we're still waiting for our Dark Turtles to show up here international. And hopefully they do, because it's the only other one I bought. Imagine if that was actually her replying. Indra, well, no, it could be. For all we know, it actually could be her. She's just pretending to be a member of her team to make her sound more important. You never know. I didn't think of that. Tony, I'm okay with no Turku. Hogue is the definitive April for me. No, I understand. I agree. But if you wanted to complete the second movie line, then you got to have a Turco. And even part 3, if they're going to deep dive that much. Casey Jones movie, Nekatoon Ghostface, Nekatoon Sam, Danny, Soto Shredder. I take it these are all your pickups, or are these your, oh no, this is your top. This is your top. So what's number 1 for you then, Indra? What's number 1? Or is this the order? So we're going from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. So now fair play, good list. Good list. Nekatoon Sam. Oh, I know. Gotcha. Yeah, the Ghostface figure is actually quite sick. I'm surprised I didn't even think of that. Honorable mention. Ghostface. Tony, number 5, Hunchback Leo. Nice. Number 4, Mummy Mikey. I'm sensing a theme here. Number 3, Universal Monsters Invisible Man. Not the cross universe, but just a regular one. Number 2, Soto Shredder. Number 1, Last of Us 2-pack. Yeah, you see, it's a beast of a 2-pack. Beast of a 2-pack. Glad you agree. Glad you agree. Thomas goes nostalgic. Top 5, Marvel Legends Bath Bonebreaker. Fair play. Pre-mutation Baxter Stockman. Nice. I wasn't expecting that one. Blunderling's Fawn might be from 2021, but received it in 2022. Fair play is allowed. Neko Usagi Yojimbo. Nice. And Hasbro Fortnite Man Cake. Awesome. Okay. Fair play. I'd give you that. The Fortnite line. I don't play Fortnite, nor do I know much about it. And I've seen the gameplay. I know, obviously, it's a first-person shooter. But the character designs in it are hilarious. So the food-related characters, they always crack me up, especially when the Froosh does a review on them.
Yeah.
It always makes me laugh.
They make really good action figures.
Yeah. Good list, Thomas. Good list. Nice one. Appreciate you sharing. Riley Bob, I have a Last Ronin and Griff in my pile of loot with BBTS. Waiting for NECA Alpha to add before I ship, but those all look great. Yeah, I'm waiting for that NECA Alpha badly, my friend.
Yeah, that was meant to be November for us, but that was originally when it was said it was going to be released. So no sign of it anytime soon. But I was excited for that one. Yeah,
same, mate. Same. Can't lie. There's a few that I thought I would have had by now that I haven't, from mainly, unfortunately, Toys R Us pre-orders. But it's just a waiting game. But now you will thoroughly enjoy Ronan and Griff, my friend. Riley Bob, you will thoroughly enjoy them. They are fantastic figures. Tony, honorable mention, Kessler Wolf. Oh, That was our top for last year.
It was, yeah.
That was our top for last year. Beast of a figure, literally. Tony, I've cut back on a lot of the collection. Understand. I think a lot of us have, actually. I have really limited to what I'm collecting, but I'm still buying loads of parts for customs and stuff like that. So
yeah, I think definitely, like I say, I'm exactly the same this year. I feel like I've definitely cut back a lot. I think during the whole COVID thing, like toy companies were just firing all over the place. And I don't know, like I say, we did that stream where it was like collecting fatigue, and I think everybody's feeling it. So yeah.
Agreed, man. It's hit us all hard this year, I believe. Yeah, I've seen quite a few people sell up entirely.
Yeah.
I mean, even Tom, remember, he's talked to us about him wanting to sort of pack in the game a little bit.
Yeah.
And I don't know how he's feeling about it now. Hopefully he doesn't. But I mean, if it's something feels that he needs to do, then fair play. Fair play. So, and Indra, Soto Shredder is number 1. Fair play. Just wanted to clarify. Nice one. Good lists, people. Good lists. And yeah, I appreciate you all for being here still. If you're jumping in, and let us know your top 5s in the chat, and we're going to carry on with ours. So thank you for that. And we'll touch base again in a minute. So yeah, my man. So whose turn is it now? Is it me for number 4?
You go for 4.
Me for 4. Right. Number 4 is, I've already forgotten who makes this. I've got it in my notes. Here we go. Patriot Studios.
Yeah.
Patriot Studios. The Resident Evil cop man. Absolutely love this guy.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't make any higher because of the one area of articulation he doesn't have is just right here. This is all one piece. So he's just got the backup hands. That's kind of it. I would have loved articulated hands and wrists. But I cannot honestly express enough love for this tailoring. Mezco need to step it up. This is the future. Absolute future of their tailoring. It is seamless. Well, I say seamless. You can still see stitching, but it's tiny stitching. Absolutely tiny. They fit snug. And it's just, I've owned a few Mezco and none of them have been like this. This is just incredible. So yeah, the Patriot Studios Resi Cop, easily my number 4. You know, some great accessories. And yeah, looking forward to doing some stuff with this guy in the new year. But for now, it just looks pretty and dead on my shelf. So
and I think, although it's a bit of a pain not having the articulation in the wrists, I can imagine it actually not being there makes any kind of toy photography, enhances it, because you can't see that articulation.
No, that's right.
It looks it's all seamless, and it would
yeah. So one bit, so no joints, you know. Yeah, you got it in the elbow, of course, but that's standard. But yeah, man, you're right. It does give it a bit more aesthetically pleasing look when you're doing a shot. So you're just obviously limited on the poses, but yeah, no, agreed, mate. Agreed.
Good choice.
So that is my number 4. And Maverick,
I'm gonna go for number 4. I've gone for the Boom Studios. This is Hasbro, my only Hasbro. So it's the Boom Studios Shredder.
Completely forgot about this guy. Fair play.
Yeah. He is,
he's
good. He's really good. He's very impressive. I love posing him. He's got some great articulation, photographs brilliantly. I've took some amazing pictures of him.
Yeah, you did, man.
And again, like the price, I think original retail price, I don't know if he would have made it into my top £37, which is for a single Hasbro figure is insane. I don't understand how. I mean, I still pre-ordered it at that price.
Yeah, I know. And our pre-orders still haven't come through yet.
Exactly. But we managed to find him for £20, which makes this guy absolutely worth every penny of that. I think he is really good. He looks amazing, and definitely top 5 worthy.
And again, another one that you've done a little modification to.
Yes, indeed. That's it. Exactly. So it's that adds to the value for me. I mean, in a way, which is a bit, I'm saying me modding it makes it better. It makes, even though really I shouldn't have to do that. Do you know what I mean? Like, but
Nice.
I just see it as me getting more value out of it.
Yeah.
Like I get, like your toy photography. If you get loads of toy photography pictures out of a figure, that makes it more value for money.
Yeah.
Same with this, it's I get a lot more entertainment out of it by having a little tinker with it and making these mods and improvements.
Yeah, and price point alone, you're fine to do so, because it's like, it's, if you do try and do stuff on an expensive figure, you feel like, why am I needing to do this on an expensive figure? It should already be this way.
Yeah.
And you kind of feel resentment having to. But on a 20 quid figure, like if you'd paid full price for it, then yeah, I could understand if it was, the mods were a bit more, just a bit more of a sting to have to do a mod on it. But it's you kind of know what you're getting with Hasbro, so I've got no qualms customizing stuff like that. So yeah, no, and it added more value to it, man. It looks a bit more accurate and more eye-pleasing on the shelf.
And soft goods as well. It comes with soft goods, which is quite rare for Hasbro.
Yeah, absolutely. So nice choice there, mate, for number 4. Right now, my number 4 is, they're all over here, so I had no real place to put any of them a bit closer, is my Fury toy. Yeah. This is my number 4. And you're right. Absolutely smashed it out the park with this paint job, with the figure itself. I don't care if he's tiny. It makes me feel like I'm playing with the Playmates, but a premium. Imagine if Playmates were painted like this.
Yeah.
This is what it feels like. It feels like I'm playing with a Playmates that just was in a customizer's hand, but it's an official company, And this thing is, I don't care about the size, the detail on it. Like I say, the amount of detail, the amount of power they can pack into that bullet. This feels like a bullet, It just feels like an absolute bullet, I've got the samurai head on as a view. I love the fact that soft goods and my, with the curled wind-swept cape, the scarf. And yeah, I've kept his accessories all there. But yeah, beautiful piece. And no, yeah, like you say, the price, having to fork out that extra more for the shipping, I did anticipate it, but it was, seeing how much the price was just for the figure was great, and then having to add that much to it for shipping kind of stung the joy out of that a little bit. I soured it slightly, so that's why it went to number
3. You're on 3.
My three.
Yeah.
Went to number 3.
You described it perfectly. Premium. That is exactly the right word for it. It feels premium, which for I think these guys are the guys who've done the Crocker as well. They're not head. So I don't know what else they've done, but it feels like they're relatively new to the game. But if this is some of their initial releases, then I am excited. We'll see what happens if I continue collecting. But I am pleased with the pickup for sure.
Yeah, man, for sure. They came out the gate swinging, and hopefully they stay swinging, because they killed it. They killed it with us. I will continue with this line. I won't get the big ones unless something really just knocks my socks off. But again, those price points are just wrong time for me, man. So I just, with everything else I've got coming out of my bank balance, I would love to go on.
I said, could you see yourself doing some shots with this guy? Because I think I can imagine he would photograph really well.
Oh, for sure. Sorry, 2 seconds. My view's changed. Gallery. Yeah. Where is? Sorry, 2 seconds.
Yeah.
I've lost my control panel. I don't know why. Where's that gone? View. Bear with me. View. Exit full screen. That's what I've done. Went full screen by accident. So yeah. So I agree. I'll be collecting. I'll continue with the TMNT stuff. Or sorry, autumn, spring. All that shit. So yeah, I'm curious, because that Donnie just looks fantastic. So does Splinter. I can't wait to see Raph. I can't wait to see Mikey. But yeah, that is an easy top 5 pick. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with where he is placed. And yeah, he would have gone higher had I not been stung with the shipping price. So there we are. So number 3 wrapped up. Maverick, take us away.
So my number 3 is, so we're moving on to Bandai. So this is another line I'm all in on, and it is the Dragon Ball Super Superheroes Gohan.
Nice, nicely done, nicely done. Now tell me, what is it about this one?
So this one is, so it uses the new 3.0 body. So this is, I've been collecting this line for a while. So this is like the 3rd iteration of tweaks and changes that they've put into the articulation.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the 3.0 body. It's really nice. It moves really well. It feels really smooth. And this was actually, for an import company, this was a £35 retail. So it was on the cheaper side.
Yeah.
Which definitely helps. I mean, it is definitely a little bit light on the accessories, but you know, I'm probably like about 10 years into collecting this line now. So I've got every single hand possible. I've got a slew of accessories from other figures that I can utilize for him. So yeah, definitely, I think price point and just the sculpt, I love it.
Yeah.
I think it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, they've killed it. They've killed it with that. Absolutely. So where is the improved articulation specifically on what joints?
Yeah, so it's pretty much it's all over. So we've got the way they've engineered the hips is new. So
right.
it's less segmented. They had like an additional floating piece, which it made it look very messy around this area. It was a lot going on, whereas this looks a lot more seamless. They've got a ball jointed head now, a double ball peg.
Oh,
so
nice.
Really get any movement on you on there. Before it was like a ball hinge, which is it's still good, but it's not, you know, it's not as good as the double ball peg. The diaphragm joints, the way that they've cut that is different now, so you get more range out of that, and same with the shoulders as well. So
it's like an entire new scheme, articulation
exactly.
scheme.
Yeah. So they've done they've tweaked everything, and yeah. So I'm excited to see all future figures come out with this 3.0 movement.
Do you reckon they will? For sure, they're not like Hasbro where they go back and reuse old bodies.
No. There've been loads of new figures coming out with this 3.0 bodies now, so this will be the new standard going forward.
Nice, man. I'm glad you're at the, you know, just they're making improvements. They seem like the one line they're doing right by that franchise and the fans, you know.
Yeah, exactly. It keeps on getting better and better. The sculpts are getting better. So yeah, it's a good line to be in at the moment.
Beautiful. Happy Maverick. Happy life. That's what we like to see. Keep him happy. And all the Dragon, what do I call it? SHF. I keep saying SHF. No, Dragon Ball Z SHS. Keep them, you know, show everyone else up. Show them how it's done. You know, by all means. I'm happy with my favorite lines getting smoked by a company that's doing better. You know, just someone needs to lead the charge. And if they're doing it, then fair play. Right now, my number 2.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Okay. Back in a minute. Hi. All right, so number 2 on the list. Now this did get bumped 1 point down. This would have been my number 1. Okay, but it's none other than The Last Ronin, which means what could my number 1 be? But yeah, there's no doubt what bumped it down obviously was a very limited head articulation. So it's a shame. Everything else about this figure is absolute fire. I love it dearly. There's a couple of parts on the belt which don't make sense as to where weapons are meant to go, but I can imagine trying to sculpt this and have it make sense was a nightmare, because it changed all the time in the comic book, you know, the way he had all of his assortment of weapons. So they did a good enough job with what material they had to work with. And yeah, it's fantastic. I love the flip. This is a bit loose, but I don't mind it, you know, the floaty back piece. It doesn't get in the way.
I've had to mod mine. It got glued down. It was a little too floaty.
Little toe floaty. Brilliant little toe floaty. Well, mine is not so much floaty. But yeah, so absolutely love it. You know, the accessories are absolutely fantastic. Can't knock it. Articulation for the rest of the body is brilliant. He's awesome little walking pose. I haven't done any shots of them yet, but I am so keen to do some, and I will be doing top photography with the Not Leo as well. So definitely I've got some shot ideas in play for him where I can utilize some background stuff that would work in scale and force perspective and stuff like that. Yeah, I've got just nothing but good things to say about this guy beyond the stuff I've already pointed out, you know. So those who have not had him in hand yet, grab it. It's a fire figure. And this one over the armored version, because obviously I had this one first, the unarmored version, sorry. And the unarmored version, as good as it is pretty much the exact same figure, just topless, you know. Comes with alternate heads, a couple of different accessories, comes with Splinter's book, great accessories as well. So I would, if you want to collect the line, definitely get the unarmored version as well. It is worth it. And yeah, just solid number 2 figure for me, and I think this will be in a lot of people's top 5 list for sure. So yeah, that is number 2.
Okay.
Right, so hit us with the love magic.
Okay, so my number 2 is it's also
you copying me?
no, honestly, this is my number 2. It pained me to not make it number 1. The number 1 definitely it pipped it for the reasons I'll go into, but yeah, he is fantastic. They've done really, really well with the sculpts. Having made those customs, I've studied these pages over and over and over to try and make that custom of mine. And all the beats, everything that they've sculpted is absolutely perfect. Yeah, like I say, I've glued mine down. It's not going anywhere. It's all the better for it. And then I also heated up the this little part here because get the bow to fit all the way through.
Yeah, nightmare.
Rammed it in.
So it's never coming out then.
No, no, it will. It'll definitely come out again. But, yeah, it's just I did do a neck mod as well, so I've got more articulation in that head. But yeah, it is really amazing. It was everything you'd want it to be, and it comes with every single accessory he ever held in that entire first issue. Yeah. It's more than I would have ever expected him to come with. More stuff that you can even fit on him, like you said. Yeah, but yeah, I love him. He's awesome.
Yeah, I love the throwing claw rope weapon. You got him nicely. I forgot all about that weapon. Yeah, that's a fucking fantastic accessory.
Good, yeah.
Definitely. Brilliant accessory, and you've done well with the neck mod. I've got to do the same. There's a lot of modifications I've got to follow your lead on now that I need to do. Yeah,
that's it. You've been in doing the dial for a while, so now that's come to an end.
Yeah, absolutely. New year is just tinker town, you know. I'll get the new tattoo pants done. I'm going to be working on those heads finally. I can do the mods that I want to do now that that's done and dusted once I've finished editing the video. So all new year plan. And there'll only be 1 or 2 projects which will be lengthy ones next year. Hopefully I can do some more just small little light tinkers and get back into some toy photography and stuff like that. So yeah, man, looking forward to doing that. So that just leaves me in my number 1 then, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And your number 1, which I'm very curious now as to what your number 1 is now that it ain't Last Ronin. But when I said before my Last Ronin would have been my number 1. It was never going to be my number 1 while I had this. It would only be my number 1 if I did not have this figure. And since I've had this figure, this has been number 1, and it will be number 1 all the time, and it has since I got it. There's no beating it. I'm sorry, there's just no beating it. And my number 1 is a 3-0 Hulkbuster. Yes, it's mine, not yours. This to me is like Turbo Man. All right.
I watched that today.
I have my Turbo Man doll. All right, so this is I'm actually scared of it. Because as much as I want to do things with it, I'm terrified of moving it in a way that's just going to accidentally scratch it. So I'm going to have to spend a day meticulously going over very slowly, trying to move everything, because everything in this thing moves. Luckily, it's not fully metal die cast. There are some plastic areas. It does light up. I've not put a single battery in it yet because I'm terrified of it. But yeah, this thing is just an absolute beast. It weighs a damn ton. You can fit the Mark 43 in it. just like you can with the hot toys. And again, it's another miniature hot toy Iron Man armor. Look at it, respect it.
Yeah.
So yeah, just like the 3-0 Optimus, when I had that just took the crown that year. If you get something big, chunky, costs a lot of money, and it's from 3-0, it's going to be your number one. And if it ain't, you're lying to yourself. Okay.
That would kick the shit out of anyone's top 5 list. It is unbelievable.
In fact, I'm tempted to make this my Christmas card image. But yeah, so my number one, hands down. But I don't even need to go into why. Just look at it. Just look.
Yeah, I understand.
Respect it, and that'd be it. So yeah, Hulkbuster. Make sure I don't drop him and break him. Thank God for that. Yeah, and next year I will be doing a couple of shots with him. And I was thinking, Ben, you're not really doing anything. He's just sitting there. You're scared of it. Is there any point of you even owning it? I was like, shut up, Ben. Of course there is. Look at it.
Yeah.
These are the inner turmoil battles I have with my own mind. Very sad. But so yeah, that puts to bed my top 5 of the year. Do let me know what you think and keep sharing your top 5s in the chat. I will be getting to the chat again very, very soon. Appreciate you all for dropping in. If you're still here, awesome. Love it. And yeah, Maverick, why don't you take us home, my man? Let us know what your number one figure of the year is.
So
I need a soundboard.
Yeah. Now, I mean, I got to say that this probably is a little cheat because it has been heavily modified. It has been heavily modified by myself. But this figure is something that I've wanted a long time. Ever since I first saw this costume design, I wanted it. And McFarlane delivered. He did deliver. Mafex. I was you know, but here we go. It is
Azrael Batman.
Yeah. So when Mafex announced theirs, I was really, really wanting it. But yeah, I just it was just a little bit pricey for me. So I waited, hoping that McFarlane would take care of us, and he did. And with some heavy modification, I am super, super pleased with him. I just think he's got so much shelf presence. I love the cape. I just love the design. The overall design of this character is perfect. I love him.
Yeah.
And the best part, I think, what made him fall into that number one slot was he was $17.99.
Fucking hell, yeah. That's just a bargain.
So that's unbelievable, right? It's just you just cannot beat that. No. So he don't come with shit. He don't come with any accessories at all. But you know, unless you count the base, you know, the little disc base.
Oh yeah, and the card.
Piece of cardboard. But
that you have to destroy the packaging to get out.
Yeah. Exactly. But yeah,
oh, nice.
I think this is a long time coming, this for me, and I'm not disappointed. I think I love him. I really love him.
Beautiful, mate. And you have made him look even more beautiful with your mods. You know, it's just with the price point like that, how could you not be happy to go to town on it and make it the figure that you want it to make? And to be honest, it looks better than the Mafex. Yeah, I said it.
Oh, thank you kindly. Cheers, man. I really appreciate that.
No, you did well, man. You did well. And I'm glad that obviously it's like a figure it's filled a hole.
Exactly.
Filled a hole.
I wanted that representation for the longest time, and I've got it. And it's played a factor in making it number one anyway.
Yeah, and tinkering it to make it even better to how you want it to look. And that's the best kind of customizing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not because you feel you have to, because it's like, imagine having to modify the Mafex because you're unhappy. It's like, no, the wishes was all right. It should have been right from the jump. I shouldn't be having to do these mods, but I'm having to, as opposed to, okay, I understand it's a very, very cheap figure, but it's there. It just needs some tender loving care. Let's go to town. Those are the best times to customize, because you're applying your magic. You're bringing something to life that the value there is all you're going to get. So let's make it better. Whereas more expensive, you feel disheartened having to, when it should have already been perfect.
Mm-hmm.
So, agreed, mate. Solid list. Can't knock it whatsoever. You kicked ass with that list, my man. And I'm glad you threw some of your custom work got involved in it. You know, there's no way I couldn't throw something I've modded in there. And I'm glad you got to throw in stuff as yours as well. So yeah, nicely done, mate.
I felt like, you know, if I've tweaked something, like I wouldn't throw one of my customs in there because, you know, that doesn't count. But I think, you know, I can bend the rules slightly if I've tweaked an existing figure.
Yeah, exactly. If you tweaked it, that's fine. That's fine. Because, you know, a lot of what made the figure great in the first place is there still, you know.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
There
So actually, speaking of which,
oh yeah,
got a little question for you, sir.
Oh,
yeah.
Me?
So, for you, yes. So speaking of, you know, number ones, out of all of the projects and so toy photography, details, dioramas, sorry, or any customs, what is your number one? So I've actually gone through and I've written down everything that you've posted on your Instagram this year. So I'll read it out, and then you can tell me which is your favorite, or it could be something that you've that's not on the list.
It's funny you should say that, because not long before starting this stream, I was just curious. I went through what have I posted on Instagram this year. It ain't a lot. To be fair, it's not a lot compared to last year.
You've got a decent list here, I think. Okay, here we go.
There's been a lot of projects. Okay, yeah, go and hit me.
So we started off, so the Capture Splinter diorama, that started off January of this year. Then you posted a really nice Punisher pic as he was walking down that alleyway. It's part of one of your videos on YouTube.
One of the beginner's guide series shots I took. Yeah,
exactly. Then there was the Wolverine picture where he was leaping over the log.
Same video, I think. No, different video. Can't remember. I think same video, but yeah, again, beginner's guide shot. Yeah.
You had the farmhouse shoot around at Pietro's. Yeah,
we did indeed.
Yeah, that also you also did shot some pics of his cartoon diorama.
Yeah.
You had there was a Back to the Future shot with Marty walking towards the DeLorean.
Yeah, that's like a greatest hits of the year. It feels weird. Kind of like it though. Yeah, it's yeah. That was for the last episode of Beginner's Guide. That one. Yeah.
You had your Marvel Legends zombie cap repaint. Tatsu.
Oh yes, Tatsu.
Yeah. Your Turtles pizza delivery guy. Yeah. And then your Predator diorama.
Ah yes. Oh shit.
There you go. So I think that more than you was expecting on your list there.
True. It just didn't look a lot on Instagram when it's like that many pictures, and it's like, oh, is that it?
You know, for a year's worth of work, that's a solid list, I think.
Yeah, with the time it's taken for certain projects, yeah, and just with everything else going on, luckily there's nothing bad gone on that's disrupted the work this time. This last year, obviously there was. This time it's just the 9 to 5, but we all got to grind it out, and it's bringing in more money. So, and it's, if you can't escape the matrix, you might as well manipulate it and bend it to your will, which is what I'm trying to do right now. So, no, I appreciate that, man. And it's cool to read off my greatest hits. Now, I want to do the same with yours, and I feel bad because I haven't. But I got a good rundown of your list of things, because you've done some absolute doozies this year, and I mean that in a good way. So, yeah, fuck it. I'll tell you what, it's your 2-year anniversary. So I'm going to answer yours, right? And then we're literally live going to go through your yearly highlights. Okay.
Okay. So go. We'll do yours. What was your top project that you worked on?
Top project, if I'm to include everything. It's very, very hard to pick a top project. So I've got 2 in mind.
Yeah.
One is gonna trump the other, but so my top has to be, I think, the Capture a Splinter Dio. I think just because it was the beginning of a brand new series, the first time I dived properly into diorama making world, even though this one consisted more of prop making, but there was still a lot of proper foam pieces and wood pieces to make to get the environment going. Heavily inspired, something that you know, it was just a great first piece. I'm more than happy with how it turned out, just beyond what I actually imagined. And also the amount of people that have been inspired to make this themselves and then sent me their end results, and it's just as great, you know. And now they can say that they're happy and they have the thing that they want, and that makes me feel good. The selfish part is that that's because of me, and I'm not going to apologize. I am going to enjoy that part, but also that's the whole point of me doing this.
Exactly that.
Inspiration. Keep that creativity going. And it's very easy to buy from someone else, and I'm not knocking anyone who does that. So if you're not going to create yourself, that's what I said when I posted my thoughts on the AI artwork thing. I don't really care about it, to be honest, but everyone was going nuts about it. I was like, all right, here's my 2 tuppence. It makes 4 because I'm flexing on you brokies. It's like AI art. If you're just letting a computer do it for you, it's lazy. And it will put artists out of work if it continues to start seeing more and more, and that becomes a trend. If we start relying on computers more for everything that we do, and you've seen it in movies, we all know the end game of it, not the taking over the world part, but they'll start replacing people's jobs. Okay. And you're letting a computer do it. And yeah, it's coming out great. I'm not knocking the fact that it looks fantastic, but an artist has lost work. If someone had actually given an artist opportunity to do that for you, yeah, you'd have had to pay money. You should be paid for his hard work, but you've given an artist a job, you're giving them a task, and if they love what they do and they're serious about it, you will get a fantastic piece of artwork, and you know that someone's poured their blood, sweat, and tears into making that, as opposed to a computer that does it in 2 seconds. I don't know. And it's lazy. So that's why I mean, it was like, you know, if you want something, if you're lucky, you can get someone else to make it for you. Support a local artist. There's plenty of stuff that I've bought. You know, if I can't do something myself, or I think that something's too challenging, or if I don't have the time, I will happily support someone who can do it, and I'll throw money at them. I'm happy to do that myself. But because I'm also willing to definitely give stuff a try, and this was a big achievement for me, and I could use that, and then other people have achieved it as well. That's literally all I'm doing. This is like I can say my work is done, you know. It's very rare that a man feels fulfilled in his life. You know, we're only put on this earth for 3 reasons. 1, our baby making process part. 2, to build shelter and a home. 3, protect your one you love from marauders and pillagers and plunderers. We can't do any of those things. We're very unfulfilled. You know, we're not very fulfilled. So that's why we look for happiness in other ways, and we fill that hole. And this is this is one of those ways of filling that hole. I have no kids that I know of. I'll wait for them to find me when they're 16 years old. But yeah, so it's like, this is what's keeping me going. So seeing that and seeing other people do it is what was worth it. Now, the one that was up there with it is the shoot I did with Pietro, because obviously I got to see his fantastic work, and I still need to get around there and shoot his other stuff, and I will next year for sure. But the fact is, I'm so happy with how the shots came out, is that people thought it was an actual real place, environment. They didn't think it was a dio, and that's the magic of diorama building. So that complements Pietro's level of skill in making something that detailed, and also on my part for the photography capture of it. And it's just perfect combination to make someone believe that it's an actual environment. And Elias Cortez himself commented on the Casey one where the bench is broken and he's sliding down it. He left a comment on that post, and that's just kind of like, what more could you ask for? It's exactly the outcome that anyone wants from their work, you know. So that was up there. Now, don't get me wrong, thoroughly happy with all the other projects I've done. Just those 2 are up there. This one I'm not putting it because I've only just finished it, and right on the tail end of the year, this would have been easy contender had I finished this back in like October, September, or something like that. This one here. But no, I might throw this in. If you ask me this a question again next year, I might be cheeky and sling this into the list.
Yeah.
But no, great question, mate. And I appreciate you taking the time to do that and to ask it. And
perfect answers, actually. Really, really good answers. And I'm glad you threw in that the farmhouse shoot one, because I agree that was absolutely fantastic work for both of you working together. And yeah, like really good answers, considering like you were just thinking on the fly there, because like I didn't give you any heads up to say I was going to ask you this question or anything like that. I think, you answered it was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man, because it's literally just how I felt about each one. It's you made me think for a moment, and it's like, no, those would take the cake out of everything I've done this year, because they had the most impact and they were the most meaningful for us, and by seems like everyone else, So I've got fucking Santa hat shit in my eye. I'm not crying, you're crying. What is this thing? Freaky thing. Can I see on screen? No, it's not visible, but it's like a hair. When you get a hair in your viewer vision, yes. It's invisible to everyone else, but you can see the fucker. One of these furs from the fuzz. So yeah. So now I appreciate you asking, mate, and I definitely want to jump into your highlights of the year, because that's happening, by the way. But just want to dive into a little bit more of the chat, and I appreciate you all kicking ass and still being in here, guys. You're brilliant. So thank you for that. And where did we leave off? Theodorus. When I revised list. Honorable mention Kessler. Okay, yeah, I've cut back on a lot of my collection. Yeah, Mezco Theodore Sod Cutter on the way. May have to revise my list. Fair play. Some may do. If you get it in before the turn of the new year, by all means, of course, let us know. Soto Shredder is my number one. Yep, I remember Patriot Studios selling Phoenix Joker in a box marked Miles Morales. Really? Shit, I didn't know that. Brilliant. I love it. I love watching collectors get excited about their figures. Yeah, man, it's great.
Yeah.
It shows you the passion that people have in this hobby. We're all big kids, and that's half the reason why we love it. We still love these franchises we loved as a kid. I have nobody to relate with when it comes to toys. Nephews are getting older and losing interest. Don't worry, there was all a time period when we lost interest. Soon came back though, didn't it? So don't you worry, mate. Don't you worry. That's what this community is for. So you're in good hands, my man. Spinning Art. Appreciate you jumping in and contributing. Number 5, Hasbro G.I. Joe Classified Storm Shadow. Nice. A lot of people are loving the classified line. NECA Elvira, that I can see being another one in people's top 5s. People are loving him. NECA Soto Shredder, boom. Number 2, Hasbro Hammond Collection T-Rex. Oh, good one. I've been keeping an eye on what they've been putting out for Jurassic Park. And yeah, it's a really good one. And number 1, NECA Armored Last Ronin. I think it's going to take the cake for a lot of people's number 1s, especially NECA related lists.
Yeah.
So for sure. Same color scheme as Turbo Man. You did right. Red and gold. What's your Turbo Man? Well, the Hulkbuster is, mate. Hulkbuster. Like me with my mummy mic, wasn't needed, but definitely helped. The modification you did on your mummy mic really, really helped improve that figure, man. And you kicked ass with it, for sure, bro, for sure. And you get no Instagram love. Well, I know, mate, you got to do more reels now. You've got to find where everyone's floating to, just like money, right? If you see money going in one direction, get in the way of it. Now, in the direction that people's attention is all flowing to reels, get in the way of it. Be a part of what they're looking at. Now, I still yet to wrap my head around the editing of reels. I'm just literally editing my own on my own editing software and then making them short enough to be a reel. I can't work out their own editing shit. I'm boomering the shit out of it. So I don't really do much in that area. I probably will next year, but I'm quite happy still going old school with the content, even if the attention's declining. It doesn't really matter to me. I'm fine with it. It's there if anyone wants to look. That's what I say. So, but yeah, no, I appreciate you all chiming in. So now, if you're still here, we're going to take and turn our attention to Mr. Maverick 5 UK. Now, let me get out of this. Let me go to search. And let's go. No, that's Mar. There we are. You are not at the top of my list when I put in Maverick.
What?
Oh no. There you go. Now you are. Now you are. Now you are. All right. So we're all going to do this together. Come on, internet. Stop fucking around. Boom. Boomtown. Oh, and your costumes are getting thrown in there, by the way, as well. Okay. So let me share. Let me share said screen.
It's not as nice when the spotlight's on me.
No, yeah, see, have it. Have some of that. There you go. I mean, look at me. I'm used to it by now. All right, so let's start. Where was your year beginning?
It was the grifter. There we go. So the
grifter. So
yeah,
was that at the start of the year?
It was.
Yes, it was. Okay, right. So we've got it. All right. So grifter. Come on, back out. I'm going wrong way. Okay, we've got grifter. We have Biker Mice from Mars. Let's go check it. Yes, we go. So we've got grifter. We have the Biker Mice from Mars, one of my favorites that you've done this year, for sure. Our collaboration on Tatsu, you killed it with yours, man. A lot more work went into yours, especially with the amount of sculpt work you had to do for the body. I know I took a bit of a shortcut with the body because I used the Shadow Warriors. And you got your Splinter.
Yeah.
And Last Ronin. Your maid, your wife. That's crazy. Look, there's a customer.
Yeah.
Your young head with the massive sideburns. I love it. It's hilarious.
I know.
Brilliant. So you got your Splinter. You got your Last Ronin Casey. You have your modifications. Modification City. We have your Last Ronin
Hiroto.
Hiroto. I keep forgetting his name. Hiroto. And of course, your Terminator costume, fire. And of course, your Azrael. Now, sir, that's a good lot of work. That's a good lot of work. Okay. And I know you don't post that much, but I was hoping that by the end of the year, we would get your account. And fuck me, you're so close, man. We've got to get this man to 1K before the year's out. Please, for the love of God, if you're not following and follow this man, Margaret5UK. And if you already are, share his work out there far and wide. Let's try and get Mav to 1K by the end of the year. Okay, can we do it? I think we can. Easy. Look how far away he is. Right.
Oh, thank you.
Got to be done, mate. Got to be done. So yeah, chat, you've got your mission. Help us out. So yes, sir. Out of all your projects of the year, fire ones, I must say.
Thank you.
What's been your particular favorite?
So, out of everything I've done across this year, I think the one that I am definitely the most proud of, and it's one that I've been hankering on. They've been in my want list for like every time there's ever, what do I want to see across next year? It's the Biker Mice from Mars. It's what's got me the most amount of love on my Instagram. And I think if I had to narrow it down to one of them, it would be Modo, which would be the one on the right there. I just think he's just got more shelf presence. Yeah.
You killed it with these, mate.
All of them. I just really love making them. I'm really, really pleased with how they actually came out. They use the Marvel Legends bodies. I've made them all pinless, and no paint rub on anything. There was a lot of work that's gone into it, but I'm just I could be happy with the actual final result of them. But I think Modo on the right, on the left now, is definitely, out of everything, he is my number one custom of the year, I think.
Oh mate, absolutely destroyed it with this one. It's literally spot, because I had the originals back in the day and they look perfect. Absolutely perfect with the robotic arm as well. It's just perfect.
Yeah, fully sculpted that.
Oh, insane. Absolutely insane. It's like, if Marvel Legends today put out Biker Mice from Mars, this would be it. Then they wouldn't even do half as good a job as you have. But man, you absolutely slayed it with this line. Was so excited when you dropped each one, and then just to get them all three together. And no doubt, man, these took off on all platforms when we shared it out. And of course, I'm glad that this boosted your Instagram hugely, and it should have done deservedly. Because there's not that many people out there that have done this sort of thing for my Biker Mice from Mars. I've seen anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it, definitely.
Yeah,
And
100%.
because I'd not really heard of anyone speaking about it. That's why I was really surprised with how well it had done. You know, that it seemed like quite a few people were talking about it online, and you just think, wow, I can't believe there was that much love out there for actual biker mice from Mars. It's not just me.
No, yeah. It's a fan favorite, and one I can see Super 7 doing. Hopefully they don't, because I don't think they do a good job. But they are the one most likely to do a vehicle with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I 100% a line that needs a franchise that needs revisiting.
Yeah.
Okay, 100%. And yeah, you absolutely slayed it like a dragon with these, my friend. And these, I would say, are my favorites of yours this year.
Brilliant, thank you.
Now, don't get me wrong, I loved our Tatsu. I loved working with you on it. I was
agree.
also very relieved to get that done because of how long it took to get it done.
Yeah.
But I'll always that will be a number one project for me this year as well, 100%.
For sure.
Out of everything, yeah, I'm just curious. You know, don't want to turn this into a circle jerk, but it often is. It's me and Maverick. We fucking love this guy. What's been your favorite thing that I've done this year?
So the favorite thing that I liked from myself is I'm with you on that farmhouse shoot. I'm glad you mentioned it, and those reasons is that when I saw it, it really genuinely looked like a real set. It looked like because I was asking like, what did you use for like the trees? Because it looks like real. It looked like you were outside taking actual pictures, and it was really good. And just because that's what happens when you get two masters at their craft coming together. You know, Pietro, his attention to detail and his dioramas is unbelievable, and the amount of time that love that you put into your photography, both of them came together to create those pictures, which were phenomenal, and they deserved all the love that they got, definitely. So 100% agree with you on that one.
Oh, I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's just something that just something like that. I can, I don't mind taking a lazy picture of my own work. If I'm taking a picture of someone else's, I'm full pro mode. I'm pulling out every trick that I know. And that's what it took. Like, as Pietro will say to you whenever I'm with him doing a shoot, he says, Ben, you literally finicky about every little detail and making sure I could spend an hour on one shot. And to him, I keep showing him, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? Every time I take one, he goes, it was good like 5 shots ago. I don't know why you're still taking the same ones. And I'm like, but no, it's not. Here's why. And I just move something. It's like, yeah, it has to be perfect. It has to be perfect. I'm doing someone else's work. And it's just out of respect for the guys, the job he did on building it. I wanted to capture every single morsel of detail in it. So I'm glad. Yes, it's definitely. That's why it's so fucking up there on my one. That was just an epic shoot. And he has loads more to show, and I cannot wait to get back around to his and shoot some more. Not only in TMNT, but in other ones that he's been showing me. And they look awesome, absolutely awesome. He's one of the goats in diorama making out there, for sure. And yeah, it's hard to... A lot of people copy his work. And it's obvious why. It's because he's that fucking good. But no, I appreciate it, my man. I appreciate it. Right, so let's do that. Let's have a look at the old chat. Let's see what time we've got going on. Right. Okay. My IG is personal and toys. I post a ton, but feel free to take a look. Yes, indeed. Put your user handle and link it in the chat. We can have a look. But yeah, you do get a lot of attention on your questions. People ask you random questions on your stories. Say, you are a popular man. But a lot of people, that's the thing. When people say, oh, you will look at my stories, but no one looks at my posts, it's because people are on the reels and stories more than the actual feed these days. So I don't know. I don't know if Instagram will ever turn around again and being back to what it was. Maybe with TikTok ever gets banned in the US, which I keep hearing is happening. I don't know. I don't really care, to be honest with you. I'm not a TikTok person. I don't want China knowing my information, even though they probably already do. So yeah, I'm old school. I'm going to stick to the old fashioned things, even if you know, the audience doesn't grow as fast as what it used to. It doesn't bother me. I'm happy with the audience I've accumulated on all platforms that I'm on, and I'm glad that people are still rocking with me and enjoying the content because I enjoy doing it. So but yes, definitely help Mr. Maverick get to 1,000. I know you have the power. I know you can do it. Definitely, it would mean a world if we can just help him bump that number before the year is out. So as I say again, pick what your favorite is from Maverick's year of customs. Share it out there. Go to town, and yeah, because some of these, you know, because of this, you can tell, right? The Biker Mice from Mars and all the other Last Ronin stuff used to blow up. And even when I gave it a big push, it weren't getting as much because everyone's focused on fucking reels, you know. And I noticed you're dipping into the reel market as well. So
I did. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely worth doing. I will be exploring some more of them because I see they're fun. I look at them too. And I want to do one for this as well, fun little one if I can. When I'm thinking about when I'm filming whilst creating, the last thing I'm thinking about is filming for a reel. And half the time when I've got footage for a video and I think, can I turn this into a reel? Can I turn this into a short? No, because it's fucking portrait style and everything is up close like this and you can't see shit. So I should accommodate. It's just adjustment period and I've got to get used to it. So, but there we are. Right. So I think I'm going to call it there, guys. We were going to try and do the watch along for the TMNT Christmas. I may see if anyone's available, possibly within the next before Christmas. We might do a recorded reaction and post that up if we can wrangle the boys, if it's something that you guys are interested in, or I don't know, it's just something I completely forgot about, so I apologize. But I will try and see if we can get a recorded reaction of it up or a live one. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I am working all next week. I haven't got any time off apart from the bank holidays. But we'll see. I'm up for doing something in the evening. So we'll see. I'll touch base with everyone and let you guys know. But I will call it there. So again, thank you everyone for showing up. Appreciate you taking the time to spend the evening with us. A massive shout out to Maverick again for joining in with us and happy 2 years.
Thank you. Cheers, mate. Cheers for having us.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. It was great meeting you as well. That was another highlight of the year.
Oh, and you,
seeing your beautiful face in person. All right, I'll leave your dick alone now. All right, it's fine. But yeah, so thanks again, everyone. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful Christmas. I hope you have a wonderful New Year. Look out for the video for that dropping next week. I'm going to bust my ass to get this thing edited in time for that. Definitely before Christmas. That is my mission. Okay. Yeah, so look out for that and I hope you enjoy. And saucy pictures will be dropping on my Insta when that video hits too. So look out for that. And yeah, King T Camacho, go follow him on Instagram, show him some love. He's a great account, great guy, and he deserves it. Just like Mr. Maverick here and just like all of you. All right. So have a wonderful time, guys. I hope you're having a great weekend. And I really do hope you have a fantastic Christmas. And we will see you very soon, I promise you. And yeah, until then, it's ta-ra from me and Maverick. All the best and a Merry Christmas. See you later.